10 Cloverfield Lane is kind of an anomaly of a movie. What I mean is that you probably have heard that the movie was originally not a Cloverfield sequel. It was originally an indie horror film called The Cellar, and through some studio problems, the studio that was handling it was a division of Paramount, I believe. They went under, and the film kind of got shelved for a little while, and it got picked back up, and they went through some reshoots in order to turn it into a sort of sequel to Cloverfield. The reason I say it's an anomaly is because usually larger productions don't kind of fall into this. It's nothing new in the film industry where they'll take an existing franchise and more or less import movies that originally weren't really supposed to be part of that franchise and kind of turn them into it. There was a ton of movies that got turned into Hellraiser movies, and there's the zombie series, just lots of movies that do this, but usually it's smaller indie fare and not something that has J.J. Abrams' name behind it. A couple of months ago when the trailer snuck out, it pretty much caught everybody off guard because Cloverfield was a big hit back in 2008, and the possibility of this being a sequel to that was very exciting, and a lot of people were flipping out because nobody had heard about this, and we're in a day and age when everything is reported to death, and there's spoilers and pictures, and there's drones flying over a set taking pictures and leaking them out to the public, and it's just incredibly hard to keep anything under wraps. So when it came out that this was really not a Cloverfield movie, this was a indie film that kind of got retrofitted into Cloverfield, it took a little bit of the coolness away, but the movie looked so interesting, I think a lot of people were sold regardless. I actually wanted to see it last week, but I was just recovering from a upper respiratory infection, as you can probably still hear in my voice. So I didn't get to see it until this afternoon. I am very happy to report that despite having some elements kind of shoehorned in after the fact, the end result was still a very good movie. A large part of the enjoyment of the film revolves around not knowing a whole lot, so I am going to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. The movie's about 3 people living in a bomb shelter. You got John Goodman, who it's his bomb shelter. You got this guy Emmett, who wanted to be in the bomb shelter. And then you have Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who played Michelle, who was in a car accident and wakes up inside of the bomb shelter. Michelle was in a car accident, and when she wakes up, she's disoriented and she's handcuffed inside of this room in the bomb shelter, and John Goodman's trying to explain to her that he found her, she was hurt, and he brought her down to nurse her back to health, and that he saved her life because there was some sort of attack that happened outside, and if he had left her out there, she would have died. The basic foundation of the movie, and this is pretty much what they showed in the trailer, the 2 people that are in there with John Goodman, he's either lying to them and has them abducted and is keeping them prisoner inside of there, or if he is really telling them the truth and he's saved their lives. John Goodman is terrific in this. He plays such an amazing character because you don't know if he's good or bad. He's slightly unhinged, but you never fully get the idea one way or the other. You don't know if he's taking care of these people or if he's abducted them. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she was great. I always enjoy seeing her. And John Gallagher Jr. played Emmett. He was good, but he wasn't really the main focus of it. It more or less was Michelle and Howard kind of going back and forth the whole film. The movie is the right kind of mystery. It just explains enough of what's going on, and then they introduce all the elements, and then everything plays out, and you're pretty much guessing the rest of the film. For the next part, I am going to get into a little bit of spoiler territory, so if you're thinking about seeing the movie and you don't want the movie spoiled, definitely go see it. It's worth seeing it in the theater, and then after you see it in the theater and you enjoy it, hopefully, just come back and listen to the rest of this. Okay, what I'm going to talk about is the Cloverfield connection. What happened was, from what I gathered after I got home after seeing the movie and reading a little bit about it, was that they filmed most of the movie and it was supposed to end one way, but they wanted to kind of attach it to the Cloverfield universe because that would sell a lot more. So they went back and did some reshoots and added some stuff in and then made the movie what it is now. So the original ending of the film, I'm not going to say what it is, but if you're interested, you can go out there and read it. It's similar but different. And the new ending is interesting. I kind of like both because both of them have good points to them. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where we'll never know because they never actually shot the original ending. So all we do have is the new ending, which I like. It is a drastic shift in tone from the movie that you had just been watching for, an hour and a half prior. So that's more or less what I wanted to mention about that. The thing is, though, the movie cost roughly $5 million, and I don't know how much the reshoots cost, but still, overall, the movie is somewhat cheap. And it ended up opening very strong, up against Zootopia, which was pretty much a guaranteed #1 film. But I think as of currently, it's made something like $27 million, which for a smaller film like this is great. But it does kind of have me wondering if they had done the film as they originally intended and had the original ending and didn't release it as 10 Cloverfield Lane, released it as The Cellar, would it have even made this much money? Does it owe its success to the fact that it is a really tense, well-made mystery? Or does it owe its success to the fact that a lot of people that went to see it were expecting a Cloverfield sequel? So anyway, 10 Cloverfield Lane, even with the new ties to Cloverfield that were wedged into there, it is still an awesome thriller. It's very well acted, very well paced, and if you like this kind of movie, you will be guessing for pretty much the duration of the film.